Perfect. Well, thank you guys both for joining, hopping on my call today. I know it's not the most fun snow activity, but hopefully this will be really good and kind of get you guys thinking about how you're going to be contacting your database, how you want to set that up for 2026,
Hmm.
and move forward with building your business. This is definitely focused on lead generation and how you're keeping in contact with those people you meet at open houses, those people that you've had in your database for years, and just different things like that. So we'll be going over the 8x8 Mindshare battle and then the 36 touch kind of plan. And these are all from the MREA book. So I just pulled them
Right.
straight from there. So these are Keller Williams tried and true methods, just delivered a little bit differently. And it's a good reminder, as always, to kind of, in case you got lost in the weeds anywhere, I want to up any plans or anything like that. So, um, as always, feel free to pop in, ask questions, and let me know, or just kind of ask questions throughout the class. And this will be recorded on the Hub and sent out in my brand new tech newsletter. It's coming out for the first time this month.
Yay.
So it'll be shared there as well. So
Okay.
awesome. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So the 8x8 Mindshare battle. So this is kind of talking about presenting yourself as the real estate professional to everyone that you meet and just getting it in their heads like you're going to be the first person they call if they have any real estate needs. So, building meaningful relationships that transforms contacts into lifelong clients through consistent touch points. So we're going to do that first by the 8x8 plan. So when we talk about mind share, it's kind of like market share, right? So the challenge, every person you meet has countless options when choosing a real estate agent. It's not about who's qualified, it's about who they think of first when they're ready to buy or sell. So one of the solutions that MREA suggests is the 8x8 program. So this ensures you become the number one real estate professional in their mind through consistent, meaningful contact over 8 strategic weeks. So what that looks like um, is the 8x8 framework. So everyone you know or meet will enter into your 8x8 program. And that's a system of 8 meaningful touches over 8 weeks to establish that deep relationship. I always like to think about it as like, okay, if you got coffee with somebody once a week for 8 weeks, you're going to get to know them pretty well. You're going to get to know their face, their likes, their interests, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really great way to kind of build that relationship. And now this isn't coffee, but it's kind of doing the same thing, right? So
Mhm.
um, that's why it's so important to be consistent and really have a meaningful touch where you get to know them, they get to know you a little bit more, and you're delivering some kind of value. So it's an 8 week program, 8 touches, and then they have done the research. If this is successfully done and followed up with, for every 12 participants, you can expect 2 transactions from this 8x8 plan. So everybody that is consistent with this, for every 12 people, can expect 2 transactions. So if you have 24 people in there, you can expect 4 transactions if this is done right and kept up with. So that's a game changer. That's not nothing, and it just proves that this works. So
Mhm.
this is the minimum, the MREA shows this is the minimum number of touches required to establish that genuine bond with an individual. So, this is what the science says, this is what has worked in the past. It's a really great framework to go off of. Um, so, an example of what some of those touches look like, or the MREA did build out basically the foundation. So, you can just kind of plug and play what you want to share, what those different touch points will be. So that first week is going to be the introduction, right? So drop off a comprehensive package, a letter of introduction, personal brochure of services, current market report, and your business card. So that's really just introducing yourself as the professional real estate um, agent in their life. So they're not confused about what you do. They know, okay, you're a realtor, you're a real estate professional. There's no confusion, right? And then you give them your services, a package, some type of market report, so something of value, just to establish yourself as here's my contact information, here's what I do.
Mhm.
And then week 2 is about adding value. So send a recipe card or an message, a community calendar, a market stats, just something useful that they'll keep. So let's say you've met at an open house, it'd be great to send them some more market stats on other houses just like that one that you met at, or if you hit it off and they like to cook, you like to cook, um, recipe card would be great. So just kind of tying in that personality or something, a more personal touch that's adding more value. And then week 3 is staying visible. So choose a different value add from week's 2 options. So just choose one of these things that you didn't do um, and do that one the next time. So if you sent them a recipe card, maybe week 3 you'll send them market stats or something like that. So just another touch of something of value that they'll hopefully keep. So not too hard, right? That's your first 3 weeks. Nothing to, hey, let me buy or sell your house. It's just kind of, this is what I do. Here's some value, and here's some more value. So we're definitely doing an intro, give, which is really good instead of ask, right? So we just kind of want to make sure we're delivering value, but being clear that we're professionals and want to develop that relationship. So that's the first 3 weeks. Any questions on what the first 3 week looks like? It's a lot less intimidating than I thought because I was like, I don't want to bother anybody. But I'd say this is pretty helpful. Like, what do I do? A recipe card. Who doesn't like want one of those? And then just another piece of value.
So is most of this done via email, text? I know dropping off the package is, direct dropping it to them, but what would you suggest? Because I don't want people to think every week I'm, pounding their emails or their text what should we switch it up?
I would totally switch it up. Yes. So you could mail them a recipe card or a community calendar or something like that. And then the next one, an email, you could email the market stats to them or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely switch it up. And yeah, switch it up and just kind of keep it um from being stale. Yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome. And then for week 4 is your phone call. So first connection phone call. And the MREA also provided a script for you. So you can literally just go off of this. So, hello, my name is Lily from Keller Williams Capital Partners Realty. Did I catch you at a bad time? How are you? Did you happen to receive the market stats that I sent you or the recipe card that I sent you? So whatever you've sent them, um, just ask them if they received that. And then the reason I'm calling is to find out if you know anyone who might be looking to buy or sell their home. So this is like a soft ask, right? Because you're not asking them if they're looking to buy or sell their home, but if they know anybody. Just you're asking them to be a connector and you're inviting them to basically be a part of your business and be like, do you know anybody um, who I could help? And that's a really nice, like, soft ask because they're like, oh, well, I don't know anybody, but I am. Or, oh, yeah, my cousin is, or something like that. So it's a really nice way to just um, get that first ask in there.
Hmm.
The main point is this call transforms your touch points into from a one-way communication into genuine dialogue. So keeping it friendly, brief, and focusing on serving their network. So um, think of this as like a service call. Like, is there anybody I can help? Or like if your auto person would call you and say, hey, do you know anybody who needs air in their tires or something like that? It's just like a that kind of call. So, any questions about week 4? Just a phone call. Just or like a care call and that first kind of soft ask for business right here. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Um, so we're gonna keep going. Any questions before I move on to the last 4 weeks? Okay. So weeks 5 through 7, we're going back to kind of providing more value. So week 5, send one of your free reports. So that really needs to showcase your expertise and provide valuable information they can use immediately. So this would be a great time to send a home evaluation, like, hey, this is what your home might go for on the market or something. Just if you're curious, who isn't curious about that, right? So that would be a great report or kind of any report that you do. And then week 6, so the next week, is share a real estate investment tip or house maintenance advice. That kind of positions yourself again as the trusted resource. This would be a really great time to be like, hey, leave your faucets dripping or something like that. Just a nice message of what's going on for house maintenance or investing or anything like that. And then week 7, so delivered a branded giveaway. So this is a refrigerator magnet, notepad, a useful item with your contact information that they'll see daily is the main point. You want to give them something that they're going to keep and look at fairly often. Um, and I know OSU games, the refrigerator magnets with the OSU game schedule on it, people keep those. So if you haven't, if you're like, oh, I don't have anything, that is a really great touch. Um, to make that branded to yourself, and they'll keep it on that fridge too, which is a really great reminder of keeping your contact information around. Um, yeah. So that's the next 3 weeks. Any questions on that? Perfect. And then that last week, the 8th week, is the relationship call. So again, the MREA has provided a script, and it's very similar to the first one, but 4 weeks has gone by. They're not going to know that you're reading from a script. So I catch you at a bad time. How are you? Did you receive the refrigerator magnet that I sent you or that home report that I sent you? And then you can say, as you can tell, I really hope to have the opportunity to be your realtor for life. So if you know anyone buying or selling their home, could you please share their name with me or my name with them? So again, another soft ask for the business. This reinforces your commitment um, as their lifelong real estate partner. So that is the 8x8 touch. Um, and that's what is recommended to do with every new person that you meet and want to be in business with. So not too bad. That's a pretty um, simple plan, but it's been proven to be really effective. And then after this, so we don't want to stop here, right? We don't want to just do a really great job of communicating with them for 8 weeks and then just drop off, right? So that is where the next plan comes in. So this is, we've talked about this before too, but the 36 annual touch plan. And after completing this, you'll move your clients to the 36 touch system. This keeps you top of mind through consistent and varied communication. And we've broken that down here, right? So this is from the MREA as well, but it's 26 mixed touches. So that can be emails, text calls, letters, market reports, brochures, all that kind of stuff, promotional items. And then it's recommended to do 4 personal cards. So this can be thank you notes, holiday cards, birthday, anniversary recognition. So a thank you note could be thank you for coming to one of the events or something like that. Holiday is always a good one to reach out and get a card for. Birthday and anniversary, very fun and a nice touch, right? So um, definitely a good one to keep in mind and plan for. The next is 2 event invitations. So I provided some examples down here so that we can invite them to the fall festival. The blood drive. So we have the blood drive coming up in February. That's a really nice, easy touch to ask somebody to sign up for. We do have a home buyer seminar provided by Thomas, or you can do a community gathering, any other event that you are putting on yourself or have heard about or anything like that. 2 invitations a year to an event. And then 4 quarterly calls. So personal check-ins every 3 months to maintain the relationship. So that is a breakdown of the 36 touch annual plan after completing that 8x8. That will really help keep you top of mind for them and keep you the center, like as the real estate agent for that person. So, any questions about the 36 touch? Awesome. So obviously we want to customize this to your strength. So make it yours. They are not rigid frameworks. These are, or not rigid scripts. These are frameworks. So adapt them to showcase your personality and your strengths while maintaining the minimum touch points to get the best results. And every touch should add genuine value, whether it's useful information, a human connection. Authenticity beats perfection every single time. So If you're like, oh, well, this isn't perfect yet, but it's good for now and it will connect with this person, then it's good to go. So awesome. Your next step. So now I'm going to show you guys where you can access both of these plans within Command already. So you don't have to go and reinvent the entire wheel, right? So I will show you where those are in the Smart Plan Command library. And then identify your first group. Go ahead and get started today. So start with 12 people you know, and remember that's expected to create two transactions, right? So um, two transactions after 8 weeks is pretty good, or within the next 2 weeks. Wouldn't hurt anybody. So um, go ahead and start with that first, or identify the first kind of group that you would want to work with. And it doesn't have to be 12, right? You can do 100 people on that 8x8 plan. Um, or maybe sprinkle that out because that's a lot. But it doesn't have to be 12, right? It doesn't have to be groups of 12. Prepare your materials and go ahead and start it. So get started or have it ready to go for February, right? So um, just kind of something to look at there. So any questions before I show you guys where these two touch plans are already built for you in Command? Perfect. Awesome. So we are in Command now. So if we go over to the left-hand sidebar and go to Smart Plans, and then we're going to go up to Library. And this stores all the different smart plans created by other agents or provided by KW RI. So up here, I'm just going to search for the 8x8.
Are you sharing
And
your screen?
oh yeah, can you see it?
No, I can't.
Oh,
Oh, wait, never mind. I was on the wrong tab.
oh
Got
okay.
it.
Cool. Okay, perfect. You can see it now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So up in the search bar, I'm just going to type in that 8x8, and we can already see a ton of different plans have showed up already. And so we can say 8x8 new contact engagement, and this one tips for web leads, 8x8 internet lead. So there's a ton of different plans here. And we can see who they're made by right here. So this one's made by Keller Williams. This one's made by Christine Dugan, Brad Korob. So just you can see the other agents have created these or the ones created by KW. The most important thing you want to do with this is kind of make sure it has that 8 touches. So this one has 8, this one has 10, this one has 7. So just kind of vet those. So 8x8, the ones created by agents, though this one only has 6 touches. So I would just make sure that's correct and make sure it's also within the correct range of days. So this one's 50 days, that's about right for 2 months. And some of these, I was looking through some of these and they're like way too long. So like it's not even in it wasn't correct. So just make sure you're vetting those. Um, and then another way is just to view the steps right here. So send text message, create a touch task. So just go through and see like, okay, does that align with what I want to do? And you can customize these as well once you share them to your own Smart Plans tab over here. Um, so just go through and find one that looks close, right? So 8 days, a lot of different downloads here. This is 2,000 downloads created by Aaron Hoover. So let's go ahead and view the steps here. So text message, task, phone call, email call. So let's say I want to use this one. So I'm going to click Add to Smart Plan. And then we change the name a little bit just so I can find it. There we go. And then I must have this one downloaded already. Otherwise, I would be able to download it. So let's see. Yep. So you would just click Add Smart Plan and download it. And then it's going to show up right here, right? So just went back to my Smart Plans tab, and then we can see it right here. So the 8 touches, 50 days. I downloaded it on January 20th. And then I can go ahead and edit it in this box right here. And editing a smart plan is its own class itself, but here I've got it added. And then the next one we want to look for is the 36 touch plan. And a while ago, I created one for the office, and it's a bunch of different emails. Um, and I can show you how to get there as well. But for now, we're just going to do the 36 touch and see what pops up. So this one we can see has a bunch of downloads and like 5 stars. Um, and now you're going to notice a lot of these aren't a full year. Smart plans only let you run for about, I think it's, must be like 90 days each, but they all feed into each other. So um, it will be a full year. You'll just have to download a few different smart plans. And if you want help with that, totally let me know. I'm happy to set up a one-on-one and go through that and help you with that. But you'll see what I mean here in a moment. So I'm going to click on this one. So few steps. Okay, so this one repeats, which is totally something you can do. So repeats one time, so that'll be 120 days. So 6 touches in 88 days. Not sure if that's exactly what we're looking for. So you just have to go through and vet and see which ones make sense for you and how you're going to do that. You can always create your own as well. And again, if you want help with that, just let me know. More than happy to sit down and do that. So you just want to go through, look at these different steps and see which ones you like or are pretty close to what you like. And then once you download them, they'll come over for your 36 touch plan. Let's see. So how to find the one I created for the office is you're going to go back to the library and then we're going to search by the author name and you're going to search by Nicole Heiserman. And then we can see, so KWCP 36 touch plan, part 2 of our plan, part 3 of our plan. So they all kind of feed into each other. So when you download this one, you will download these ones as well. And then I already have these downloaded. But that's going to pop up right here. So we'll see that 36 touch, part 2 and part 3. Okay, awesome. Any questions on anything we've gone over? So where to find them, and kind of why they're important and how you should break them down and all that kind of thing. Perfect. I'll take silence as a good thing. And you can use the chat as well if you don't have a microphone, but yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. That is my class on the 8x8 and 36 touch plan. Let me know if you have any questions, want to set up a meeting, anything like that. Looking forward, oh, we got a chat. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Looking forward, we have the blood drive next week. We have a class tomorrow on from Melissa at Northwest Title. So she's going to be going over some legalities on reporting, I think, for cash deals. So if that's something you're interested in, totally be here for that tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. And look out for this recording and my new tech newsletter coming out, I believe, tomorrow. So yeah, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. That's all my updates, I promise. So let me know if you guys need anything.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Now I got to play on command for a few hours. Thanks.
Good. Awesome. We'll see you guys.